Hey guys, today we're going to be drawing a porthole.
I'm using the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil and the Procreate app. If you're new to Procreate, I also have a video called 25 Procreate Tips and Tricks, which I suggest to watch first because as I draw, I'll be using these shortcut actions. I will link that video below. So grab your favorite tea or coffee and let's start drawing.
So I am on my layer 1, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a background. And I know that Procreate has a wooden background, so just double check in your brush library if you go under textures, and then there should be something called wood. Now I'm hoping you have that. If not, I guess you're gonna have to go and download a wooden brush, or I guess you can just use something else. You can use like grunge, or you can use a material, any one of these. So I'm gonna select the wood. Then I'm gonna select a dark brown, and then I'm just gonna paint this. Now I kind of want the planks to go left to right. So I'm just gonna rotate that. And then duplicate this. And this is kind of already a seamless pattern. And then I'm gonna merge them down. So this is our background. Next, we're gonna create another layer, and I'm gonna select kind of like a copper color, and then I'm gonna go and get my monoline brush. So I'm just gonna turn off the wooden layer so that you can see what I'm doing. So let's draw a circle. As you can see, the circle is not very pretty, but if I don't let go of my pencil, it'll become a really nice circle. Then I'm gonna put my finger anywhere on the canvas, and it's a perfect circle. So next we want to move this into the center of the canvas. Just make sure that your snapping is selected with the magnetics and the snapping on. And this will help you center the circle onto the canvas so that you can see the X and the Y axis are highlighted. All right, and then from here, we're gonna color drop that. Next, we're gonna duplicate this layer by swiping left and hitting duplicate. Now, I want to change this to a slightly different color. So what we're gonna do is click on that layer, hit Alpha Lock, and then you're gonna see some transparent grids behind it. So I can now change my color and then just color drop that. And then we're just gonna scale that down a little. So make sure again that you're on uniform and that your snapping is on. So I'm gonna do something like that. Then I'm gonna move it into the center. And again, you can see that it's perfect center because it's snapping to the X and the Y. Okay, let's go and turn back our wooden layer on. All right, next I'm gonna create a layer above the wooden background. And then I'm gonna grab kind of like a darker brown. And then I'm gonna grab my airbrush. And then we're gonna put a shadow underneath this window. You don't want it to be too dark. It's easier if you increase your brush size. You're just kind of giving it a little bit of an illusion that it's popping out of the wall. Now, if that's too dark for you, you can decrease the opacity over here. Just make the brush size a little bit bigger so it's easier to do it in one swoop. And again, if you find this too dark and looking really unrealistic, you can just pop over into the layers, go into the N, and decreasing that opacity. And I probably am just gonna decrease that shadow as well. I'm gonna create another layer on top of that, make it just a little bit darker, and then I'm gonna do another shadow. And then decrease that opacity again. So there are 2 layer shadows that we're working with. Okay, I'm gonna merge those 2 shadows together. And then now let's work on this one right here, that circle in the back. So this is gonna be the porthole windows. And then we're gonna turn on Alpha Lock on that as well. And then we can select a kind of like a metallic brush. So I'm just gonna have a quick look. So I found something here called gouache under painting. So let's see how this one works out. I don't know if you can see that. This is up close. So it kind of has a bit of a texture. And next I want to do the same thing with that layer on top. So I'm going to select this color and make it a little bit lighter, and then apply that same gouache brush on top. And then you can swap out your colors for something darker. You're kind of wanting to create some texture. I may even want to try some white. Next, we're gonna do a shadow in between these two circles. So let's select a dark brown. And then we're gonna go back to the airbrush. And this time we kind of want to do it really dark and close to the edge. Now, just for technique, you can see that my brush circle is not going over this line. So that is how I kind of keep my shadow in check. I don't want it to go too far out because then it's going to look like the object is really far away when really it's just the window closing. Okay, next we're going to do some bolts on the perimeter. So let's start a new layer for that. In fact, we can just duplicate this layer right here like this, and then bring it down really small. Okay, let's turn off the snapping because it's not letting me put it where I want. Okay, let me just see. I want it kind of like dead center in here. So if you want, you can turn on your guide. So go into settings, drawing guide. Coincidentally, my line is right in the center of that. So I'm gonna move this in the center. And then we kind of want to make this look 3D. The alpha lock is already turned on. We're gonna grab our airbrush. So we're gonna put a shadow on the bottom left and then a highlight on the top right. And then you can put some more shadowing on the top right. Just want to make sure that highlight really pops. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate this and then move it over here. Duplicate that again, move it over here. All right, let's turn off the guide. And now we're ready to do the outside, which is kind of like a landscape of water and sky. So the easiest way to do this, and I don't like merging my layers if I don't have to, but I'm gonna merge all of these layers. So to merge, just swipe right. So I'm just only gonna merge these little circle things first. So I'm gonna group it. So I'm gonna click on it and hit flatten. So now it's one layer. So I'm gonna duplicate this entire thing just in case I make a mistake. So let me group all of this together. So now the entire artwork is under one layer. I'm gonna duplicate that entire group. So now we got two. So I'm gonna turn this one off and I'm gonna leave it in the background just in case I need to reference or reuse it later. Okay, so I want to make a hole in the center. So I'm just gonna duplicate this circle here. I'm gonna make it white. And then I'm gonna go to the arrow. Make sure that your snapping is back on with the magnetics and the snapping and uniform. And then we're gonna decrease that. Okay, so this is actually just another circle layer, but I actually want to erase everything underneath it. So I'm gonna move this white circle all the way to the top. And now I'm gonna group this layer that I created, flatten. So I'm gonna take off that white layer just so you can see that this whole thing is flat. It's one layer. And then again, I have my reference layer at the bottom, which is just turned off. So I have my white circle I just created plus this flattened layer. Now, if you can see, the circle kind of has that gouache brush. I want to make sure the entire thing is white. So I'm just going to go into my monoline brush and make sure that it's all painted white. And the alpha lock is already on, so it's okay. It's not going to go outside of the circle. And you're probably thinking, why don't I just paint my landscape right onto this circle right here? But the point is I want to put the landscape behind this layer. All right, so now that this is all white, we're going to grab this marquee tool, make sure it's on automatic. Then we're going to select the white. So it's grabbing this selection. And then you can see it's kind of like, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it's kind of like only highlighting the white part and not the rest. I'm gonna uncheck this. Again, it's still selecting a circle. I'm gonna click on this layer. I'm gonna grab my eraser tool, make sure that it's on a monoline, and then I'm gonna hit erase. I hope you understood all of that. If not, you can go back and rewatch. So I've used my white layer as a reference to make a circle to delete this little hole. So I can get rid of this white now. I'm gonna hit delete. So you can see that my flattened layer has a hole in the center. So now I'm gonna create a new layer. I'm gonna put it underneath my window, and then we can begin by drawing the water. So let's select a blue. And I'm gonna have a horizon line. Let's turn back on the drawing guide. So we can select the middle as our horizon. So I'm gonna draw a straight line. Don't let go. And then you can use the guide to make it really straight, just to make sure you're kind of level. Okay, so here's my water. And then I'm gonna create another layer. I'm gonna move that below the water. And this will be the sky. And then now all we gotta do is draw some clouds and maybe some ripples in the water. And then we're done. So I'm gonna grab a white, kind of like an off-white blue. And I know that there is a clouds brush somewhere here, so let me just go look for that. All right, so under organic, I have something called cotton. So let's try to see how that looks. And again, with every new element, you want to create another layer. So I'm putting very light pressure, and then I'm gonna put lots of pressure. And then probably I'm gonna change this to an even more white. So if you want to soften the edges, you can grab the blending brush here. Make sure it's on an airbrush. And then you can just kind of go over the edges a little bit. All right, next we can work on the water. So let's go into that layer. And I'm gonna select this blue. And then just select a lighter color of that. Now we also want to make sure that we alpha lock this as well, so that anything that we draw is not going to go outside of the lines. We're just putting a little bit of texture. And then now to create some waves, let's grab a darker color. Again, I'm going to select my airbrush, but I'm going to make the brush size a little bit smaller. And then we're just going to create some waves. I'm gonna trust the process, guys. It looks kind of funny right now, but once we start blending and adding different shades of blue, it'll all work out. So now I'm just grabbing a different shade of blue and I'm gonna put it on the top. And then grab your blending brush. And then we're just gonna keep repeating this with more waves and just going in different directions. And I know that there is a water brush here and it's under elements. I'm just gonna see how this looks if I apply this brush. I don't know, I think that is probably more if you're doing it looking down, not outside of a window. So I won't use that brush. Now, I'm not an expert water drawer. You can certainly do much more with this water. You can even make it look like an alfresco painting or something from like, you know, the Renaissance era. You can use like all different types of techniques to do the water. I'm just gonna add some tiny birds at the top with a new layer. And they're gonna be very small. And then lastly, I wanna create like a vignette around the perimeter. So I'm gonna create a layer on top of everything else. I'm gonna grab a black, I'm gonna fill it. All right, next I'm gonna grab my eraser with an airbrush and make the brush really large. And then we're just gonna erase away very lightly. Okay, I'm gonna decrease the opacity of this black layer. Kind of looks like you're looking in through a peephole or something. Kind of setting like a mood. All right, guys, there is your porthole. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you want to see me draw something, just leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.
For more drawing tutorials and gadget reviews, be sure to subscribe to Draw with Marina.